Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maximo, and I'm here taking a look at Dead Nation plus Road of Devastation. I wonder why that goes there. So, first things first, before I even say anything, the initial load time for this game is really long. We're talking about 20 seconds plus just to get to this menu. It's annoying. I don't like it. So, we're here on Dead Nation. Dead Nation is a game that was originally released in 2010 for the PlayStation 3. And then around 2013 E3, we got it announced for the Vita. And then in 2014, we didn't hear a word about it until, what, 2-3 weeks after it comes out on PS4 of all things? Oh, that annoys the shit out of me. Looks like we weren't playing online. I've been having weird online problems ever since I started playing this game, actually. I've never been online once I've started playing. One time trying to sign in actually crashed the game, and it was right after I finished a mission on the campaign, and that annoyed the crap out of me. Huh. We got global stats. For some reason, I've got 0 zombies killed. Why is that a thing? And also, why did I start off in Finland? That's an odd country to start with. Now, let's see, zombies killed. Yeah, that's a bit odd. Yeah, I guess it doesn't count if you don't upload your scores like constantly every single time you play. That annoys me. We've also got rankings for single player. Don't really need to worry about online leaderboards. Now, we got, it says control configuration, and that's fair enough, you know. We got game statistics. I found almost all the armor I can at this point, huh? I think I've played enough of the game to give a decent look at how it works. Audio. Wait, hold on a second. Thank you! Thank you very much! Voice chat disabled by default, that's great. Haven't actually tried the multiplayer in this game yet. Also, calibration image. Why do you need a calibration image on a handheld game? And we've also got heads-up display settings, which is quite nice. Oh, you can even turn the HUD off completely. That's something. Also, yeah, the explosion. You'll never want to turn that off. So, let's actually go and have a look at what we've got. So, the thing is, what we've got here is we've got both campaign mode and we've got arcade mode. Campaign is a series of 10 linear levels with a couple of things hidden off to the side. And arcade is interesting. We'll start with the campaign. I'll play 2 campaign missions, one that I'm up to.
Skyscrapers had once stood tall and proud, above and beyond it all. But they couldn't stand against the flames that now tore through their foundations, melting their frames from the inside. One building was untouched by the hellfire, but the flames were drawing ever closer. I had to hurry.
Alright, let's try that again. So I'll be playing 2 campaign missions, one on the difficulty I'm on, which is Brain Dead, and the other which is, well, I'll play on the 3rd difficulty, because this game's difficulty is a little bit unbalanced, at least in my experience. The one I'm playing on right now, Brain Dead, just to get a look at some of the levels, is too easy. But any other difficulty above it is too hard with the starting armor. It's a weird unbalance. Okay, so you can pick one of 2 characters, a male or a female. There's no real difference between them, at least as far as I can tell. Move around using the left stick, aim using the right stick, shoot with R, use your disposable items with the L. Your D-pad helps you swap weapons. You've got X to dash, you've got circle for close combat. So let's go and look at the weapon shop. Now the weapon shop you use gold that you pick up in the levels. Remember what I said about Brain Dead being too easy? I'm not kidding. You gain money so quickly in this mode, it's unbelievable. Not to mention, I'll just buy that stuff. You unlock a new weapon that you can buy every time, and you can upgrade specific stats with gold, and you unlock a new weapon every level. But it's just so weird because it's so easy to earn money in this mode. But then you go up to the next mode and it's just really, really difficult for some reason. Alright, we've got armor here as well. You find armor throughout the levels as little crates. I always prefer going for the ones that give you the highest endurance. So, yeah, there we go. I always go for the ones that give you the highest endurance, because the more endurance you have, the more health you have. But they all have their own little strength, endurance, agility stats. Strength actually affects how strong you are with your melee weapons. And agility, well, I'm pretty sure it just affects how fast you move. And of course, how much you can use your rush ability. Alright, let's go. So this game is a dual-stick shooter from the developers of Super Stardust and Resogun. So you think they would know how to do this correctly. I'll just swap to my rifle. The rifle is the first weapon you get. And yeah, you can press circle on cards to open them. And let's just shoot a couple of times to get the alarm started, get them drawn in, and blow a couple of them up. I like how this game works with environmental actions. There's a lot in this game's environment that tends to throw you off just a little bit. There's also lots of special types of enemies, but this is gonna look really easy. So once I play another mission, trust me, this will look really, really difficult. I like how everything interacts with the environment. You have to be constantly opening cars and chests and all that. You've always got lots of different collectibles to find. You've also got health packs on the ground that enemies drop. Sometimes you'll find ammo crates. And the weapons are all significantly different. They all feel different at least. But again, this game's just going to look way too easy because of the fact that I'm playing on brain dead mode. But it's a good demonstration. There's a ton more zombies in the higher difficulty modes, which is funny as well. So, kind of have to address the elephant in the room here. First of all, the controls. They don't feel comfortable at all. It's just, they're really uncomfortable for some reason, because this game relies a lot on precision aiming, especially when you're using the rifle, which is the default weapon that has infinite ammo. And you want to be using the rifle a lot, because ammo costs money. So you want to be trying and saving as much ammo as possible, but aiming in this game is really hard because of the analog sticks. You are trying to aim for zombies and trying to aim for their heads, you know, and sometimes it can just be really hard to aim at one zombie that's coming right at you, because I admit I don't have the best aim in most games, but the aim in this game that you seem to need is so precise that I just end up... my thumb ends up moving all over the place just trying to shoot one bloody zombie, especially on the high difficulty levels. And it just makes my thumb really hurt after a while. Good lord. It's a lot better on PlayStation 4 because I've played the PlayStation 4 version. And in this, it's just like, you have to be constantly micromanaging your aim in order to figure out what it is. Let me try that again. In order to actually aim at the zombies. And sometimes it really starts to hurt. Let's address the other elephant in the room. First, wrong menu, sorry. So, display settings. This is default. Even, like, seriously, if you turn this all the way down, it makes the game really hard to freaking see. It is... I always have all this stuff turned up just because on anything other than maximum settings, the zombies are just really hard to see. Even when you've got a flashlight on them, they just get harder and harder to see. Sometimes that's a massive pain in the ass. Which is why I just recommend turning it up as soon as possible. Let's just use a bit of close combat to get out of that situation. And swapping items with the D-pad, I might as well use a couple of my disposables. Yeah, I will admit, I do like the graphical style. Let's use a disposable. Use the L button to throw a disposable, and yeah, I'm not doing very well. You've got different types of disposables as well. You've got a mine, you've got a Molotov cocktail, you've got a flare. It's a good selection of weapons. It's just trying to swap with the D-pad while you're playing ends up becoming really painful because in either way, because you either have to be moving your thumb up while holding down the analog stick, and that gets really uncomfortable, or you have to take your thumb off the movement for just long enough to swap your weapons. And you know how painful that gets in-game when there are about like 3 or 4 zombies swarming you and your weapon that you're using runs out of ammo, so you end up prioritizing like 3 or 4 weapons just so you don't have to swap that much. It's a bit disappointing more than anything else. And I'll be able to show off the flamethrower and the blade cannon and the other weapons later on, so we won't worry about that. The game does tend to have some performance issues as well. Like, and I'm pretty sure it's just exclusive to this version of the game, because I'll be able to show them off when I get to the Road of Devastation mode, because the lobby in that game lags all the time, like, without fail. It's a little bit disappointing, really. I feel like if they removed just a couple of the miscellaneous details here and there, they might have done better, but... you know. See, it's really hard to get a definite aim because my thumb tends to shake around a bit, and the preciseness of this game tends to actually check is kind of amazing. It's like amazingly accurate, but at the same time, I'm not a very good player of twin-stick shooters. I'm not so much spray and pray as try and aim in the right direction, but if I can't, well, it's gonna suck for me. And in Dead Nation, I would have liked to see some sort of, like, simple lock-on, because on the small analog sticks of the Vita, it starts, as I said before, it starts to hurt after a while. Which is why I start to prefer weapons like the spray and prays, like the shotgun and the SMG, because generally you can just fire in the correct direction and you'll hit something, which is, I prefer that over most weapons. Because it's just, this game requires such precision to it, and it's hard to get that sort of precision on the Vita's analog sticks. If they'd added some sort of minor aim assist that doesn't make me feel like a complete dumbass because I can't keep my thumb straight for very long, I would feel a lot better about it. The levels themselves are fairly long, and I'm waiting to try and find an area that has more... Yeah, see, I like effects like that when the zombies come out of doors and stuff like that. And there's a couple up on that building there that might not even come into play in this game. But I will admit, I do like the atmosphere. I do like the detail everything has. But I don't know, some of the frame rate problems get really off-putting after a time. As you can see up there, you have both a score and a multiplier. The multiplier goes down when you get hit, but unfortunately it also goes down when you leave the game. So if you want to do a high score run, but you can't afford to spend more than like 20 minutes on this game, because the full run of this game could take a full, like 4 hours easy. It's kind of disappointing, because if you quit the game, you lose your score multiplier. So... you got to try and just, if you want to do a high score run, you got to play all the way through in one sitting. I can understand why it would be done like that, but I do not like it. I really don't, because this is that sort of game where you can save that sort of stuff, so it's safe from tampering, right? Like, even if you want to just keep it online, so just upload the current state of your player's game to the internet, and then make it so that they have to download it when they want to continue a game with a score multiplier. Use my SMG for this one. Oh no, they're all dead. Never mind. It's just, the control issues make this game really uncomfortable to play for more than 10 minutes. Well, more like 20 minutes, I'll give it that. This might be just me though, this might be just me and my retard thumbs. I'm not 100% sure. I imagine there are a lot of people having a perfectly good time with this game. And I will give the game credit. It doesn't have that many frame rate issues, but when they do pop up, they're really noticeable. Oh god. There we go. I do like the soundtrack too. Eventually you come across these things, which are basically What's the word I'm looking for? They're basically just ways to stop you and keep you in one position to fight off the wave. I have nothing against these. I mean, the game itself is pretty well designed. The weapons feel like you expect them to feel like in a twin-stick shooter. It's... Where am I supposed to go? I'm not really sure. The weapons feel how you expect them to feel in a twin-stick shooter. They don't feel amazing, but they feel good enough. Then again, I haven't played with all the weapons, so I don't know that for sure. I mean, like, the blade cannon looks like it's gonna be nuts. Let's use the flamethrower. I haven't actually upgraded this at all, so... What exactly am I waiting for? Yeah, now that looks nice. But the frame rate is dropping a bit. Slow it down a fair amount. Throw a flare. Flares don't hurt not much. Put me on mine. There we go. Let's actually do this. There we go. Reload everything while I can. Don't really have that much ammo to. Holy! Hello! Let's do that again. Reload the shotgun while I can. Here comes another wave. Anytime now. No, just the one. Just the one, apparently. I admit I do like this game, it just feels like they didn't really take that much of the Vita into account. It feels more like a rushed port more than anything else. And I mean, with the existence of the version on PS4, it really does make me feel like this was just an afterthought, even though they announced it on stage at E3. I'm just kind of disappointed, because I mean the aiming works fine on PS3 and PS4, and it feels exactly the same here. But it's just the analog sticks, man. The analog sticks is what does it in. The small analog stick just makes it really hard to control, and then you've just got the general performance problems, and the screen isn't that bright to begin with, which makes some of the zombies really hard to see if you don't have brightness on max. It feels rushed, kind of. Not so much rushed, as it's just they didn't put that much thought into it. I mean, damn, why couldn't you use the touchscreen? Like, make it so that I can still move around and then just, like, touch the touchscreen on the right or the left side to change what weapons I have out or something like that. That would be great. Good. Dash for the fire. Let them wander on through, and let's take that crate of stuff there. Oh, wait, can't get through this one? Okay. Back around here then, I guess. Nope, not getting through that way either. Okay, I've gone lost again, good lord. Where am I going? I assume over here. Yep, that would be it. Slowly extending Bridge to Freedom. And that'll be the end of... Well, it should be the end of it. No. Usually those bridges come really close to the end of the level. I'm surprised that wasn't the end of it. Power shuttle to 2. Take out half the horde. Run. Yeah, this is starting to hurt my thumb already. Like, see how my aim wiggles around? It's just because my thumb. I can't keep my thumb too still for too long. I don't think I'll bother playing another campaign mission. I'll just go straight to Road to Devastation. That might be more of a better show off of the game. Nope, can't go up that. Can't go up that apparently. This will be the end of the level. Yep. And at the end of the level, you get an end of level bonus. So yeah, as you can see, I've got about a 50% score bonus. And this is usually where the game crashed for me the first time. I'm not sure why it hasn't happened again, but let's just cancel this submission. And I do not want to proceed to the next mission. And let's go play Road to Devastation. Okay, we'll make a new arcade game. And we'll play on Grim. Just to show off how much stronger the zombies are. Dead Nation is alright. I just wish they took a couple more things into account when they were making the Vita version of it. Like, you don't see any use of the touchscreen or the rear touchpad at all. No gyroscopic stuff, which would be kind of cool. I can understand why they don't do that. Oh, by the way, that's real time on the one on the left. I'm recording this at about 11:30. I just wish they took more into account. But it's a fun game nonetheless. Also, the difficulty balance is a bit off. Yeah, that's not the kit. Yeah, there we go.
Test subject deployed.
Yeah, you can see the frame rate drop here. It feels so slow underneath my thumbs right now. Alright, so Road to Devastation works a bit differently to the other modes. Basically, you start out with a couple of weapons and stuff like that, and then you actively have to go and... Alright, well, let's just get out there and show it off. So the idea of this mode is that you actually get to choose your road, and this map is the same every time, by the way, but you have to choose between one of these 3 routes, and then these all split off into their own routes. So I can choose to go down the money road, I can choose to go down the health road, I can choose to go down the guns and ammo road. I'll go down the guns road so I can pick out one of the more ridiculous weapons and use it for a little bit. See, these guys take more than a few shots to take down on this route. Clever idea to introduce replayability, make it so that the player can choose what route they want to go down, what they need to survive. Arcade mode takes you through about 6 rounds, and you have checkpoints, and then you've got Endless, and one of the trophies, which is no checkpoints, 1 life, and you have to get through 10 in order to... Yeah, see my thumb just like really wiggling there? I wish that didn't happen. I wish there was a sort of soft auto lock that I could choose to turn on, because the analog sticks on this version make it really hard to play. So I actually really like this mode though, because it is a good way to introduce replayability, and it's a good sort of score attack gauntlet of sorts. Is that the word I'm looking for? I guess it's the word I'm looking for. However, you have to pay $3 for this mode, which is actually a good idea, a good time for me to start talking about the price. The price of this game is $8, and it's $3 for Road of Devastation, so it's about, what, 11, 12 bucks? It's a fair price. I just wish there was some sort of cross... Well, actually, let me try that again. That's a bit of a lie. There's a cross-buy with the PlayStation 3 version. Yeah, and see here, you split into 2 different routes. So I can choose to go down here to get supplies, or I can choose to go down here to get guns. So let's go and get a gun. See, everything in here is just a little bit more difficult. The price is fair, I just wish it had something more along the lines of, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, wow, those are expensive upgrades. I just wish, you know, I wish there was like if there was a bundle for like $10, that would be great, but you have to go buy them separately. That's just a pet peeve on my part. I'll use the cannon when I feel like I need to. Really shouldn't be using most of the ammo. I should be using a rifle. It is a fun game, just overall, it really is just a fun game. And I'm... Oh god! Alright, blade launcher time. Not gonna get another chance at this. Woo! That takes a lot of bastards down, but I can barely see it on this screen. Just... Oh god. Get away! Man, the later difficulties in this game really don't fuck around, do they?
SMG ammo.
Ooh. Spot.
Flare.
Another flare. Wonderful. Well, it's a fun time. Would I recommend it? Well, if you're a fan of the PS3 or PS4 version, probably. If you, oh god, if you want a game that you can play on the go right ahead and buy this. If you want the version of Detonation you can play just while you're on the move, then this comes as a definite recommend. It is actually, it is fun, but for the newbie, if you have PlayStation Plus, actually no, did they take it off? Yeah, I think they would have. Damn. Oh god, I'm dead. Well, at the end of the round, you get a score bonus. Basically, I'll just stop here. No real need to continue. At the end of the round, if you kill enough zombies in enough time, you'll get a little bit of a bonus, and you go on to the next round. Good fun. So, would I recommend this game? Really depends. It's a bit of a iffy recommendation, I guess. If you're willing to put up with the control issues, and sometimes the frame rate drops, it's not horrible, but when it does, it does. If you're willing to put up with that, it's a recommend. I do quite enjoy this game a fair bit. For those of you who don't like the iffy controls, wait and see if they can patch something. Like, if you could turn down, like, sensitivity, that would be great. But unfortunately, you can't. This has been Blue Maxima playing Dead Nation. It's good with a couple of caveats. I'll see you all next time.